It won't be like you're not a part of Facebook. You're not a part of Facebook.
My name's on the masthead.
You might want to check again.
Oh, if you already know the answers to your questions, then why ask?
What's the most you ever lost in a coin toss?
I like the way you die, boy.
I don't want to be a product of my environment.
Now answer my question. Were you rushing or were you dragging?
My boy's awake at smile.
What is up, Film Fixation Podcast? We are back with another episode. We're going to be talking about a foreign film today, our first foreign film, I believe. Oldboy came out in 2003. Both of Austin and I went and saw it for the first time in theaters the other night. Very great experience. It's getting a re-release, and people should go see it if they have the time, or if this episode gets out soon enough where they have time.
Yeah, hopefully it's still airing.
Yeah. So, before we do that, let's get the film news out there. Austin, what do you got?
Okay. A Nerf movie's in the works.
Perfect.
Which is great. We want more toy movies.
Who?
Everybody knows that.
Who are they going to cast in the lead role of a Nerf movie?
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's confirmed.
Honestly. Yeah.
It's going to be Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Kevin Hart. Who?
Sophie Lightning.
Oh, is that the Nerf chick?
Yeah.
You used to watch her videos all the time.
I still do.
I remember every time we came over, you would have one of her videos up on the TV.
Sure.
So, yeah, that's really exciting for you. It's big news.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Nerf for nothing.
Disney's being sued for lying about box office profits.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, this has something to do with tying streaming in as well. I don't know. I read a little bit into it, but it's similar to the Black Widow case where Scarlett Johansson was suing them. So,
yeah, they were lying about how much they were making, on streaming or something.
Well, on box office.
On box office.
So it was quoted that they used every trick in the Hollywood accounting playbook to fudge the numbers.
To fudge the numbers.
Yeah. You ever heard that before?
I have, yeah.
You just said it again. So yeah, a lot of their $1 billion movies maybe aren't. I mean, I'm sure they still are, but
yeah, dang,
pretty crazy. Blue Beetle opens to a lower box office total than Morbius.
That's not very surprising.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Morbius, how much did it make? More billion?
I can't remember. Yeah, it was more $1 billion bucks. Yeah. I kind of want to see Blue Beetle.
Do you?
You know, not to do on this pod.
Yeah.
But I follow some people on YouTube, and they were like, "Yeah, it's actually not that bad. It's kind of disappointing that it's going to get so hated on."
That's what I heard. I saw a scene though. It looked kind of cringy.
Well, the trailer looked really cringy.
Yeah.
Especially when it first came out, and there were all those comparisons being made about the same shots from the Black Adam trailer and the Shazam trailer being shot for shot remade into Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, I don't need to go see that. But apparently,
what a mashup to choose there to make your movie around.
I know.
Black Adam and Shazam,
the two most successful movies of the year.
Yeah. So
pretty exciting. So yeah, might go see that. We'll see.
I probably won't.
Probably wait till it gets on Max.
Yeah.
Next Planet of the Apes movie still set for 2024 release. We'll see.
That's perfect.
Good.
I hope that gets pushed back. That's going to suck. I was reading, because I sent you that little bit of film news, and I read the comments.
Yeah.
And they were a lot of people were like, no, we don't want a fourth film. The trilogy is perfect, which it is.
Yeah, it is.
It's a perfect trilogy. But I just need more,
I really want more.
Inject apes movies into my body,
Here's the thing. It's I didn't want any more of the Star Wars, that was perfect the way it was. And there have been new things that have made me that I've liked that have come out.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's you can appreciate that trilogy as the very best trilogy ever.
Yeah.
Film trilogy ever. But just adding on to it's not going to take away from that, I don't think.
I hope not. Every Apes movie has been good.
Yeah. You've been rewatching all the old ones.
I'm doing a deep dive of the old,
the
1968 to 1973 movies. Very good. Underrated.
Yeah.
And I've been enjoying it a lot. I've got one more to go.
Okay, nice.
So
Nice.
I'll let
I'll
you
have
know.
to do that. About once a year, you should be back in the apes
Oh,
world.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
But Andy Serkis, Matt Reeves, they're not returning, so that's a little
That
concerning.
is, yeah, that's a little bit concerning. I trust Matt Reeves wholeheartedly.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm glad he's doing Batman too,
Yeah,
focusing his attention on that. But yeah, we'll see. Did you see who's directing the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes?
no.
I did. And he's already directed, he directed the Maze Runner trilogy.
Oh,
I'm
really?
pretty sure. So, I don't know. I only saw the first Maze Runner. I didn't watch like Scorch Trials or
Yeah,
the rest of that.
I haven't seen any of them, so but I know they didn't do too well.
Yeah, but I mean, he's familiar with world building, I guess.
Yeah, which is
so
great.
hopefully he can learn from his mistakes with that whole trilogy or whatever.
Okay, cool. Well, I mean, I'm excited.
Me too.
How can you go wrong? A movie about apes?
You can't.
You can't.
Yeah.
So
Never been a bad apes movie.
yeah. Speaking of potentially bad movies, Rebel Moon trailer dropped. Zack
Mhm.
Snyder's Star Wars inspired space epic.
Mm-hmm.
I think the trailer looks pretty bad.
Didn't he say it's like Star Wars, but like
Yeah,
sexier?
here's another quote he sent me. Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon is Star Wars with sex, violence, and swearing.
It's just stupid.
Yeah. I mean,
just
Star
don't
Wars
like-
doesn't have violence or swearing.
Yeah.
Definitely does, dude.
I mean, we're just not Zack Snyder fans,
Yeah.
so maybe we're not the best people to talk about.
Yeah, sorry if you are. In fact,
About
when I was
Rebel
watching
Moon.
the video on YouTube, the trailer, I was like, this is crap. Like, this looks bad. I scrolled
Mhm.
down to read the comments, like, trashing on him. There's a whole bunch of, like, Snyder bots being like, he's just a man with a vision. Give him anything and he'll make,
Yeah,
So,
he does have a lot of fanboys. Seems like
Yeah.
that's the most popular, like, fandom that like people reference in pop culture.
yeah.
Like if you think of Film Grow, it's like, oh, he's probably obsessed with the Zack Snyder 4-hour Justice League movie, which was horrible.
Yeah. Got a shout out in Barbie
Yeah,
for being.
well, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, so it's not a good look for Film Bros.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder. So
But if you enjoy his movies, that's probably super exciting.
mhm.
And then the saddest bit of news, the worst news ever. I've had
just
a long
came out
day.
like an hour ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
Had a long day. I get on Instagram and Jaron sent me Dune Part 2 has officially been delayed to March 15th, 2024.
I know.
I almost broke down in tears. That's
Did
sad. Almost. We would have had it in 2 months here in October.
I know.
Now, because of those greedy writers and those greedy actors,
Not
kidding.
the studios.
no, because the studios are leveraging people's rights.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, so we
Did
won't
you
get that for a
see
while.
Caleb posted like exactly what the studios needed to give up in order to like end
Yeah.
this? It's like
0.01% of there.
yeah, not even hardly a fraction of a number.
Yeah.
It's like wouldn't make any difference at all. Why don't you just give these greedy little actors their money?
Exactly. Get us our movies back. No, but I mean, that's scary. The fact that like a big old movie like that can be affected,
Mhm.
because you wouldn't think the reason they can't release movies is because the actors can't even go to any promotional things.
Yeah.
So for me, like Dune Part 2 wouldn't need a whole lot of promotion.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a film podcast, so maybe we're more in the know than
We
most
can
people.
promote it.
Yeah.
Why don't the studios
Yeah,
just
we
talk
should.
to us? We're
No,
not
but-
part of SAG-AFTRA.
Like, why can't they just release that without actor promotion?
It's probably just because the movie has such a big budget.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
true.
You can't take any chances
That's true.
releasing a movie like this. With Indiana Jones and
Yeah.
Mission Impossible losing $100 million each. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
But just end it. Just end it.
Yeah, and I read this thing that like it's almost impossible that it's going to be resolved before October. Like apparently in the Hollywood executive world, August and September are like
Just
no
nothing
business gets done. Yeah, and so we'll see. Hopefully, it gets resolved sooner. Because I mean that would put the timeline back even further. Like they'll probably start delaying stuff that's going to come out in December.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We'll see.
Bob Iger, if you're listening, just suck it up
Yeah,
for the fans.
please, Bob.
Jeff Bezos, you too.
Yeah.
I don't know any other executives. So
Well, you've got their numbers in your phone. You can just find it later and text
Yeah.
them. So that's all the film news.
Okay. Let's get into Oldboy. Here's the synopsis. 15 years of imprisonment, 5 days of vengeance. With no clue how he came to be imprisoned, drugged, and tortured for 15 years, a desperate businessman seeks revenge on his captors. Wow. That's what a plot.
It's intense.
It is directed by Park Chan-wook, and it is starring, forgive me for the pronunciation if I get these wrong, Choi Min-sik. He plays Odesu. Yoji Tae and Kang Hae-jung. Those are all the ones the actors I'm going to attempt to say.
Yeah.
But those are the important ones. It's got very great reviews. IGN, well, except for IGN, gave it a 7 out of 10.
Wow.
That's good for them. I think like 8, 9 is great, and 10 is like masterpiece or whatever.
Crazy.
7
Those
is
nerds don't
good.
know what's going on over at IGN.
I know. That's why Spencer wouldn't go see this movie with us.
Yeah, that's true.
And he's talking about coming back to the pod or whatever. Just ridiculous.
Nail.
I know. 83% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes and a 94% audience score. IMDb has an 8.4, which is very good. And Letterboxd, it's got a 4.4 average.
Yeah, which is insane.
Like the highest you can get on Letterboxd, pretty much. So, yeah, I mean, we saw this late at night, 10:30 at night, a few days ago.
We just watched Ahsoka. Ahsoka had just come out.
Yeah.
So we were like, we had just seen some pretty groundbreaking cinema.
Mm-hmm.
And then we left and went straight to, this crapshoot, which was Oldboy.
Sure.
So,
yeah. vice versa. Yeah, I was blown away. I mean, I watched a little bit of this movie, about half of it, like a little bit less than a year ago. And I didn't finish it because I was watching it in public on my phone. And some stuff is kind of weird. So I meant to finish it back at my house, but I just never got around to it.
Right.
It's not streaming anywhere. It's not on Prime or Max or Netflix or whatever. Can't find it.
Yeah, well, and that's part of the appeal of going to see it in theaters right now, because it's been that way for forever, apparently.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't buy it anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you have the chance, find a theater near you and go see it.
I think the last showtime is like tomorrow.
Oh,
It's
really?
like Friday or something.
Oh, well, that sucks.
That does suck for these guys. But I don't know. I feel like a creep recommending this, even more so than like probably recommending Midsummer or...
Yeah, but I think it's like essential cinema,
Honestly, I feel like, yeah.
Like,
But
yeah.
not a lot of people are going to be able to experience this movie.
Yeah.
Just because it's not streaming and it's a foreign film. It's all in Korean. And man, it was just so good. It blew me away. Like, everything that can be like great about a film, that was Oldboy.
Yep.
Like the cinematography, the interactions, the relationships,
The music, the performances.
the music, yeah, everything. Like, no notes. I feel like I said it a lot, but
Yeah.
it was really a perfect film for me. And the plot twist at the end was very disturbing and kind of gross.
Yeah.
But
And I want to give a spoiler warning, but at the same time, like, if you don't think you're ever going to watch this movie, like, don't just assume that you will and stop listening, because like, we were even saying as we drove away, like, I'm just glad that never got spoiled for us in our entire lives.
Mhm.
Like, this is one of the best foreign films ever.
yeah,
Certainly one of the top 4 Korean films ever.
yeah.
And it's
I
got this
enjoyed
great
it more
twist.
than Parasite.
Oh yeah, me
if
too.
I'm honest.
Me too.
So it's probably the best foreign film
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah. And so, I mean, you don't want that spoiled, because it was a great payoff. It was awesome.
I know. Well, there is like kind of a smaller plot twist that you think is kind of like the big one. Because I don't know if you told me or Tristan told me, like, this is probably one of the biggest plot twists in history.
Yeah.
And then we get that bit of information near the end that, you know, that was his sister that he was sleeping with or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that can't be the plot twist because we are just getting that information now. And there was nothing else that we were led to believe, you know? You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Like there was no lead.
There was
given.
no lead.
Like we just got introduced to that female character, and then we found out she was what's his face's sister.
Yeah. What was his name?
Let me pull it up.
Okay. But yeah, and then I was like, okay, that's not really. I wouldn't. How could you say that's like the biggest plot twist, you know, in history?
Wu Jing.
Wu Jing, yeah.
Li Wu Jing.
And then it's revealed. Oh my gosh, I didn't want to say it. It's just so weird.
Yeah.
Maybe we won't say it, but I mean,
I feel like
everybody
we have
listening,
to-
if you've seen it, you know what we're talking about.
Well, why don't we just start from the beginning
Okay.
and talk about like the performance that Choi Min-sik gives
Mhm.
of like being this crazed imprisoned guy is amazing.
Yeah.
Like when we first kind of see him before he gets that haircut, and he's just got like that really big toothy smile
Yeah.
and like that blank stare.
Mm-hmm.
Just really good at playing like a crazed, creepy dude. So I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. Great introduction.
Yeah.
You know, he just seems like this drunk guy, weird businessman.
Yeah.
You know, who needs to get to his daughter's birthday. And then, you know, movie takes a turn. He disappears. And then the next, 10, 15 minutes are extremely entertaining. It's just him being imprisoned for 15 years. You know, it's probably like 20 minutes. Good chunk of the movie.
It was a good chunk of the movie. And it was great. Like just the set design of that little prison made you feel so claustrophobic. Like the little fake window he had that had the TV with the windmill on it.
Yeah.
And the creepy painting, even like the wallpaper design, like everything was just so perfectly played that like, I don't want to spend a second longer in this place, you know?
Yeah.
To get that feeling of what it's like to be in prison there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they just set it up so perfectly. And then, he gets out, and then the movie, it just becomes so funny.
Yeah.
Like, like the next half hour, he's just like meeting new people. His actions are so unexpected and everything he does.
Yeah.
And, like he meets that lady in the elevator. It's the first woman he's seen in 15 years in person. And he's just like
up against
holding
the wall.
onto the corners of the elevator, like doesn't know what to do. He's like an actual human woman.
A human woman.
And he like kind of narrates it in his head a little bit,
And then
Which
what's
is-
funny about that is like the next scene, it just cuts to him walking away wearing her sunglasses.
Yeah.
And her like freaking out, telling
he's
a
like
cop.
telling the police he just stole the sunglasses. And then the guy he just abandoned on the roof who was gonna kill himself, falls to his death. And it's like, wow, what a way for this guy to escape,
Right.
From his imprisonment. It was perfect. And a tonal shift in the movie, which is like from then on, it's just like you don't know what to expect.
Right.
Is this going to be funny, this next scene, or is this going to be like horrible or disturbing? So yeah, just very good in that aspect. What should we talk about the cinematography? I mean, what I really loved was, we get a ton of like long shots
Yeah.
where he's kind of like doing a bit and it goes on a little bit too long,
Yeah.
but it just like, it makes you cringe a little bit. Like when he's drunk at the very beginning
Uh-huh.
and it's like, okay, this is getting a bit much, but he's an annoying guy. And that
Right. You're supposed to feel that.
you're supposed to feel like cringe, like, okay, why don't you, it's your daughter's birthday, like this isn't a likable protagonist in the very beginning,
Right.
And so you kind of understand like, okay, there must be a reason for somebody to lock up this guy for 15 years. And then he just goes on such a journey, when he's in there, when he gets out, he learns compassion. He learns to care for Milo,
Mito, I think.
Mito. Yeah. The girl that he's with, who's younger than him.
Yeah.
And that comes on, that comes into play later on in the film. But yeah, I just loved his progression throughout the movie and everything he does.
Yeah, it was
His
awesome.
dedication to the role too. I mean, what a performance! He's in every scene.
Yeah.
And it's how long? The movie's about like 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah.
I think exactly 2 hours. But yeah.
But just all the emotions he has to convey,
Mhm.
like he goes through it all: grief, anger, depression, loneliness.
Right.
It's incredible to watch. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was
So-
great. Going back to cinematography, one shot that I really, really liked was that action sequence with the hammer,
Yeah.
where he's back at where he was imprisoned and he's like beating everybody up.
Mm-hmm.
I know you felt like that went on a little long, but I just
No,
loved,
well, I didn't. I enjoyed how long it was. I just thought I wasn't even like criticizing it.
Yeah.
When I said what I said. I said like you can tell some of the cinematography, like I mean, in the fight choreography,
right.
they're not actually like trying to hit him.
Yeah.
But I was like, that didn't really like take away from the scene. I just thought it was
Yeah.
funny,
Yeah, I thought it added to it, but what I really liked about that scene was like it reminded me of like a side scroller video game,
Yeah.
like a Donkey
Like
Kong or something
Mario.
like, yeah.
Mhm.
And it was just so cool, just like tracking along, and he's just going through like 50 dudes.
Yeah.
It's great. And then he gets to the end and everybody's all beat up and tired.
Mhm.
He's been stabbed in the back. He's still holding the hammer. And that elevator door opens and you just see him smile. There's
Yeah.
like 10 more guys in there. And then the next shot is all of them like falling down, passed out as the elevator arrives at its destination.
I know.
Just a lot of great stuff there. Great pacing too, I think.
Yeah. Not a single like dull moment. you
Yeah.
know? So yeah, I really enjoyed that as well. The score was fantastic.
Yeah.
Just I can't think of it right now, but just in the moment, I was like, "This is amazing."
Yeah, I think it's Vivaldi's Four Seasons.
of all these 4 seasons.
Let's see. I'm not sure. I'm not a classical music guy.
Okay.
But there was a great blend of classical music and contemporary music,
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to find it here, but you can move on.
Okay. I mean, it's should we just get into the categories? I feel like we kind of said everything we wanted to say about our general thoughts.
Well, yeah, I mean, I also like the mystery of like there's just this rich D-bag
Mm-hmm.
that he comes in pretty early in the story, and we know that he's the one that imprisoned him.
Yeah.
But you're like, why would he imprison him? Why would he kill his wife? Why would he send his daughter off to live in Norway or wherever?
Yeah.
And you're just as curious about like
His
Odesu's motivations as you are about
the other guys.
yeah, the rich guy. Holy crap, I
bad
keep
guy.
forgetting his name.
Yeah.
Li Woo-jin.
Li Woo-jin.
So they're both these like men of mystery, and you're like, how in the world do they tie into each other?
Yeah.
And so that's what I really like too.
I know, and the only explanation we get is when we hear the tape recording, and he says like, "Why?" Because at that imprisonment at that prison, it's only they don't usually keep people for 15 years, and he's like, "Okay, I want him for 15 years." Like, what did he do?
Yeah.
It's like Odesu, he talks too much,
Yeah,
and that's all we have to work off of.
yeah,
And then it comes full circle, and you understand why he said that later. But do you think it was a petty reason to lock him up, or do you think it was justified?
Well, I think a lot of that is just I don't think it's justified. I wouldn't do the same thing,
obviously,
right?
Yeah.
But I think it makes sense. Like I think it's again not like a reasonable response, but it makes sense to me why he would respond like that.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
like
I
you
think so,
ruined my
too.
life and everything that I held dear.
Mhm.
I'm gonna take everything from you.
It was kind of like a domino
Yeah.
effect.
And he had to wait until he was in like a position of power to do so. That's what I like too. Is like
Yeah.
he didn't retaliate right when they were kids when it all went down.
Mm-hmm.
He waited years and years to really.
How do you
come
think
back
he
up.
got his money?
That's what Zach was talking about as we were leaving. It's like never explained,
Yeah.
or maybe it is not. We all missed it.
I don't think it was.
Yeah.
I think he just didn't really care to explain, because
Yeah,
you don't need an explanation.
you don't need one.
It probably would take away from the point of the story. But so yeah. Gosh, what else were we saying?
We could talk about the squid. Or do you want to
squid?
talk about that?
Well, we'll do that.
We'll do that in categories.
Yeah, facts about production.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. What else?
That's all right. We can do categories. What was your favorite part?
That's tough.
Yeah, a lot of great scenes. Like this is good for this category. This movie.
Yeah. I mean, although it made me really uncomfortable, I liked the prison sequence, like seeing him just go crazy and like punching the walls until he formed those super thick calluses and learning from the television, all that stuff that he did. I really liked that. I liked when he went back to the place where he was in prison and beat everybody with the hammer.
Yeah.
I felt like that's all I knew about this movie going in was that, like,
was that scene?
He's in prison somewhere and he uses a hammer to beat people up.
Yeah.
So I liked that. Yeah. What about you?
I mean, both of the scenes. I really enjoyed like when him being locked up.
Yeah.
You know, and his kind of acceptance of he's never going to learn how long he's going to be here, and his determination to try to escape and like bulk up and learn to fight and stuff. It reminds me when he initially gets out and he just goes to fight those kids.
Yeah, I really liked
kind
that
of monologue in his head. That reminded me of Limitless. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah, I have, but when it first came out,
when he's like just barely taking the drug that unlocks his full potential in his brain, he like meets these guys in a subway who like want to fight him, and he's like, you know, going everything kind of exactly how Daesu was doing in the motion. He's in the moment. He's like watching, you know, all these like these Bruce Lee like moments of like just watching him on TV like come into his head. He's like, can I really fight just from like watching TV and doing all this stuff? And Daesu does the exact same thing.
Right.
So I was like, that must have been an homage to Oldboy. And there was some parallels from Limitless with Oldboy.
Okay, cool.
I noticed too. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I really liked. Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Just the influence that Oldboy's had on pop culture that we just notice now after seeing it, which is cool. So,
yeah. In fact, it inspired Spike Lee to make a remake.
Spike Lee made that?
I think so, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, let's see.
I didn't know that. Yeah, so there's a remake of this movie.
Yeah, it was Spike Lee, which is crazy. One of our, you know, a great director of our time.
Yeah.
And the 90s and everything.
I don't think I've seen. Have I seen any of his movies?
Have you seen The Black Klansman?
Yes.
I've seen that. I didn't like that because of freaking John David Washington. He sucks. But I mean, Do the Right Thing, and I
need to watch that.
Yeah, that's really what he's super famous for, I guess. And Malcolm X, but
he directed the story to one of the NBA 2Ks. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was like 2K16.
Yeah,
yeah,
that was so stupid. His like best friend dies in a car crash. It's like not about basketball at all,
right?
Yeah,
but yeah, the remake is apparently horrible. But it's got Josh Brolin and Elizabeth Olsen.
Yeah. That's just weird.
Samuel L. Jackson as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, pretty stacked movie.
Who does he play?
So they all have different names in the American version, so I'm not really sure, but I'm sure he's the guy who takes him down. Yeah.
Jeez, that feels so weird, Sam. Yeah, Jackson in that role, you know.
Yeah, and that's probably why it didn't work. You know, like Josh Brolin too. Like this was 2013. He would have been pretty hot still, you know.
Yeah.
Like on a pretty good acting streak.
After No Country.
Yeah, that would have been like 5-6 years after that.
Mm-hmm.
So you know he's got like the acting prowess.
He just doesn't have like the comedic timing. I don't think that Odesu has.
And maybe that's totally absent in the remake. I'm not sure.
Really?
I don't know. There's got to be some reason
to watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
Dang. Well, yeah, okay. So I'd say my favorite part was just the fight scene as well. Thought it was. I mean, it's the most memorable from this movie. So
right.
Yeah, very good. Least favorite part?
There's two,
Mm-hmm.
and they're kind of like retrospectively my least favorite parts.
That's
after
what I was
yeah.
thinking.
So again, spoilers right here.
Uh-huh.
Do we say it? Do we want to say it? I guess it's not like the
Um,
biggest twist ever, but it is pretty amazing.
This is a PG podcast.
That's true. Let's just say this. My least favorite parts are the two sex scenes. Usually I'm okay with sex scenes. These are very intense
Yeah.
for good reason because it serves the plot.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're supposed to feel uncomfortable
Yeah.
in those scenes. Hopefully.
I did. I was
Forrest
like,
wouldn't.
I was like feeling weird looking around
Yeah.
in that moment. Like, this is a little bit much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. And so when everything was revealed later on, I was like,
What did you
that's-
say? It was incest.
Yeah,
It ended up, the sex
incestual.
scenes ended up being incest, but you didn't know it at the time.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, those were my least
just
favorite
yeah.
parts.
So once you learn the plot twist, you look back on those moments in disgust.
Yeah.
Even more so. So yeah, that's a pretty justified least favorite part, I'd
Right.
say. Okay.
Okay. What is that yours as well?
Yeah.
Okay. I hope so.
Yeah, it is. Okay. Best quote. I've got one here that I really liked.
Okay, let's hear it.
If you laugh, the world laughs with you. If you cry alone.
Yeah.
I thought that was really
It's
good.
real.
Yeah.
In fact, Jaron and I were talking about this like 30 minutes into the movie. All right. We'll talk about that later in categories. Sorry,
what?
never mind.
What did-
I was
what
just going to say that like we related to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll say that later.
Okay, yeah. I'd say that's the best quote.
pretty good.
Or
What about yeah, what were you gonna say?
oh, it's a human woman. I've said that a ton of times in my life, you know.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's a human woman. Then I try to
Oh
get
no,
to the other
it's
side
a
of the room.
human
Yeah.
woman.
Yeah.
An actual human woman. There was another one. It was like, even though I am nothing more than a beast,
Beast, don't I deserve
don't
to
I
live too?
deserve to live too?
Yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah.
And then it comes back into play at the very end when Odesu cuts off his tongue. That's you know what? That's my least favorite part. Honestly.
Yeah, that's pretty gruesome.
I don't do well with like torture stuff in movies. Anything with like cutting or just like cutting like that, just the
Right.
noises. Like with him with the scissors cutting off his tongue.
Yeah.
I was like closing my eyes right there. I felt like an idiot, But that's just real for me. Like that's just disgusting. That hurts me to watch.
Yeah.
Could you cut off your own tongue?
No
There's
way.
Yeah.
No way.
Can a human being even do that themselves?
I don't know.
Like, I feel like your brain would just like stop you. Like, you can bite off your own finger, like at any point, I guess.
Yeah. It's like
you-
they say it's like a baby carrot. You could bite it off that easily.
You kidding?
As easily as you bite through a baby carrot.
No
I don't know if
way.
that's true.
No way. Prove it.
Through like the joint? I think so.
That's crazy though.
I don't know.
I feel like it should be
Could be a myth. How would they
because
prove that?
I mean, you're using your hands. Like, I'm holding both of us
Sure.
hold weights,
Yeah.
or whatever that would like break a baby carrot
You think so?
in half. Of course, right?
Let's test it. I don't know.
Maybe your teeth are just so strong, like it just could
Yeah.
break through it. But I've heard that before. But that's insane.
Yeah.
But no way I could cut off my own tongue. And that made me so mad that he would just do that, like, without the bad guy even like asking him to,
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing. I was like, is this like a cultural difference that I'm not understanding?
There was a lot of moments like that.
Yeah. Which when I watched a bunch of the Kurosawa films earlier this year, there is like a cultural learning curve to understand like how things are portrayed or how actors act in Japanese cinema.
Yeah.
So I'm sure for Korean it's similar, that there's just some cues that us as an American audience miss.
Yeah.
And for me, I was like, that's not the right reaction to what's going on.
Yeah. Like, I noticed that in the very beginning when he's on the rooftop with that guy.
Yeah.
And he's like touching his face, and the guy
Mhm.
like kind of has no reaction. He's like, he says like, even though I'm no better than a beast, don't I deserve to live? I would be like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
you know, and just like try to get him Odesu off me.
Right.
And I was like, why is he just letting him touch him like that on the face? And, you know,
Yeah. So maybe it's a cultural difference. Maybe we just need to suspend our belief a little bit more. But I don't know.
yeah. Well, I learned pretty quickly that you will need to, you know, just adjust to
Yeah.
the cultural differences
Right.
or whatever. But I remember like Bong Joon-ho.
Bong Joon
Bong Joon
Bong Joon-ho.
Bong Joon-ho, who directed Parasite. He's probably the most famous director of foreign films that we know in America, right?
Currently working,
Yeah.
probably, yeah.
And he has a great quote where he's like, if you can get past the tiny barrier that is subtitles,
Yeah.
you will be exposed to so many great films.
Yeah.
And that's true. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I came home from this movie and put some of Bong Joon-ho's best movies, some of Park Chan-wook's best movies,
Mhm.
and then also the poor dad in Parasite. He's like one of their biggest actors over there. So I put a bunch of his films on a watch list.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to get through them.
Have you seen Memories of Murder?
No.
Fincher based, I think, 7 off of that a little bit.
Really?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
There's some parallels.
Right.
Yeah. But it's like kind of the same tone. Or maybe Zodiac. No, it was Zodiac.
It must have been Zodiac because I think 7 came out before Memories of Murder.
Yeah. It was Zodiac.
Okay.
So,
but very cool. Yeah, and I also watched an interview with Park Chan-wook where he's talking about like some of the favorite films that he's watched in the past month or whatever. And he watched like one American film, one French film. And like the great directors expose themselves to great movies worldwide, and then a Russian film. So,
okay.
You know, that's part of enjoying cinema, is enjoying it from everywhere, which is a really cool opportunity we have with subtitles and everything.
Yeah, I agree. So, need to watch more of his films as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Life lessons from this movie?
I would say try to date people your own age. Around your own age.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe do a background check.
Yeah.
before you sleep with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one.
I
don't talk too much.
Yeah. Don't
gossip. Honestly, like, just being serious, that's the biggest life lesson I got from this. Like, if you know somebody who gossips, show them Oldboy, and might make them shut up a little bit.
Tell them what's coming to them.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's good.
Okay.
Worst character to hang out with?
Rich guy.
Rich guy, yeah. Just because he's capable of everything, you know, and you don't know what slight little thing will tick him off, make him imprison you.
Yeah, you'd never be able to talk to the guy, you know?
Yeah.
If you knew Oldboy and then tried to hang out with this guy, you'd be like, I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah.
You know? What's going to get me thrown in prison for 15 years?
I know, exactly. Who would be a good hang? I feel like the guy who runs the prison, he was kind of funny.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Kind of a funny vibe. The guy who runs the internet cafe, he's pretty much just Spencer, right?
His brother?
Yeah,
he's cool. That's Spencer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like hanging out with
Discord
Spencer.
mod.
Yeah.
Just eating ramen and, you know, working at the same time.
Very cool.
Yeah. Okay. Who should Ryan Gosling have played?
Oh, he could have done Oldboy.
Could have done Oldboy. Also the rich guy.
He could have done Mito as well.
You think so? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Anybody. What scene in the movie would you most want to be there for?
The sex scenes probably.
Oh, jeez.
Just kidding. No, I don't know. I'd kind of want to be there for when Mito and Odesu meet at the sushi place.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to just kind of be like a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
like sitting at the bar next to Odesu and see him eat that live squid.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too,
Yeah.
kind of. Maybe when he's going to all the different places to try those what are they
Fried
called?
dumplings.
Those fried dumplings. Yeah. Just, just try some.
Yeah.
It'd be nice.
Yeah.
Never had actual Korean fried dumplings.
They looked good. I know that they were portrayed as like something he ate every day for 15 years and he hated them, but they looked great.
Yeah, they look pretty good. Just the beat up scene maybe too.
Yeah.
I think I could have got a blow in there.
Really?
If I want. Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody had a gun. I guess it's
I know,
Korea. Maybe
just
they
like
don't have as many
sticks.
guns or something. Yeah.
Like sticks that'll break like if you barely touch them.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but okay. So the squid scene. Let's just get out of the way right now. The squid. I've been holding this in the whole time. It's one of those like facts where if you're watching it with somebody who knows this fact, like they can't help but say it, Like in Lord of the Rings, this gets like parodied so many times, where Aragorn, when he kicks the orc's helmet
and he breaks his toe.
he breaks his toe on that take.
So his reaction was real.
Yeah. So even Austin couldn't help but interrupt me and say,
Yep,
it.
exactly. Exactly.
So yeah.
This is another little fact adjacent to that. Apparently the rest of the cast like makes fun of him for
Odesu?
no, Aragorn.
Oh, Aragorn?
Because like everybody broke something on that shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Like a bunch of them broke their ribs.
Oh, really?
So they think it's funny that that's the story that got out and is like always repeated when everybody broke something.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's cool. But yeah, so Odesu, he goes into the sushi place. He tells Mido that he wants something alive. He wants to eat something alive. And she gets him like this big squid. and he eats a live squid, like actually. And it was crazy. The squid is like squirming in its tentacles.
yeah.
And at one point it like suctions onto his nose and he still has to like chew and eat it. And that's like they actually killed that thing for this movie. So PETA definitely doesn't endorse this movie. But that's fine.
Neither does Quentin Tarantino.
What?
Yeah, he says he doesn't like seeing real animal deaths in movies.
That doesn't make sense. I heard that quote. And I was like, he kills a horse in Django.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Was that real?
Well,
I don't know.
It doesn't have to. He's saying like
He doesn't like seeing. Apparently, in some movies, they'll kill animals. They'll actually kill live animals like that.
mm-hmm.
A live squid gets killed.
I thought he meant like he just won't depict like animal deaths.
No,
in
I
his
think he
movies.
doesn't like in the filmmaking a real animal dying. He doesn't like seeing that on screen.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Okay.
Let me pull up the quote.
I don't want you to prove me wrong. But
Well,
I interpreted it as he has like no problem killing people, but like animals is where he draws the line. Like in his movies, it's like a form of art.
Yeah.
But if that's true, that wouldn't make sense because in Django, the dentist, kills a horse in the opening part of the movie.
I have a big thing about killing animals in movies. That's a bridge I can't cross. Insects too. Unless I'm paying to see some bizarre documentary, I'm not paying to see real death.
Real death. Okay.
Part of the way that this all works is it's just make believe.
Okay, so you were right.
That's crazy.
That's surprising.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I was upset over nothing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But I'm
I
glad
know.
you're here to correct me.
Me too.
Me too, yeah. Okay. Is this the greatest movie ever? And he had to do multiple takes of that. Did I say that? So multiple
squids
died. Yeah,
Yeah, that sucks.
I know. Is this the greatest movie ever?
Could be.
I think it's the greatest foreign film that I've seen. Okay, I won't say it's of all time.
Yeah, I think it's probably got best Korean film.
Yeah.
Objectively, best Korean film. If we're going off of Letterboxd, it's not.
Uh-huh.
But-
The case can be made for Parasite. I'll say that.
I love Parasite.
Parasite is for a broader audience.
Way more accessible, yeah.
Yeah, way more accessible. But this just like if you're a cinephile, just this is one like it's an essential viewing, I'd say.
Well, and that's what's so great about this movie is like when we were walking in to the movie, there was that director's note beforehand
Mhm.
where Park Chan-wook is talking about it, and he says, "You may not resonate with this movie or whatever. Like you may not love this movie,
Mhm.
but I hope you can appreciate whatever." He says.
Yeah.
But basically, like this movie's not going to speak to everybody, and
Yeah.
he seems like the kind of guy. I don't know how he was 20 years ago, but in these interviews, he's like all soft spoken and a sweet old man. He doesn't seem like the type of guy that makes a movie like this. And so even if it's not totally accessible to you, you don't love something like this or don't love this genre,
Mm-hmm.
don't shy away from watching it because it's an important viewing nonetheless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and I think that's true. Did you know that commentary was going to be with the movie?
Yes, when I booked the tickets, it said there was a director commentary,
Okay.
but I thought it was like I didn't think it was real.
Yeah, because we were getting up to go because we were dead tired and had to pee and stuff, and everybody else is sitting.
Yeah.
I felt like an idiot for getting up and leaving. Some stupid high school kids in front of us like got up and left.
Yeah.
And we were the next ones to go, and yeah, but no, we stayed for a little bit of it, but they started getting on talking about stuff that I didn't care about, so we left. So
And the guy who was doing the interview was cringing me
yeah,
out.
the guy who was doing the interview was wearing like a suit, collared shirt,
Shorts.
and shorts. So I was like, why is this the guy that gets the opportunity to interview him? So,
And he was not like, is that guy famous or something? Because like his interviews were bad. That's when I got up and walked out. Was like
mhm.
he tried to formulate a question and repeated it like 3 times before he finished the sentence.
Yeah,
I was super annoyed. Anyway,
I know. I
that's-
get pissed off listening to some interviewers like trying to be overly pretentious sometimes
yeah,
and talking all like just really soft and trying to sound smart. It
Yeah.
just makes me mad. Being a kiss ass too, honestly.
and you know whoever they're interviewing has done this a million times before. Like they don't care;
Yeah.
they're going to give the same answer. So
Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
Most literally me character.
so we said it was Odesu,
The first half
first
hour
30
of the
minutes.
movie.
and then after everything comes to pass, you don't want to be Odesu.
Yeah.
I can't.
He's probably one of the most unlucky characters
Yeah,
in cinematic history.
Yeah.
But the first half hour, he was extremely relatable. It was funny. Just scared of women, empathetic, and like disinterested.
yeah.
You know? It was pretty funny.
I can't think of
So,
anybody
I
else.
don't
Maybe
like-
Odesu's brother. Like,
Sure. Yeah.
he seems like the most put together guy in this film.
Yeah. When he's talking about the guy's sister on the phone, he's
Oh
like,
yeah,
here's what you need to understand about this girl.
she was a
She
slut.
was a slut.
Yeah.
And just would give it out to anybody.
Yeah.
That was funny. Okay, that's the categories. So today we're going to be doing a draft of the best movies with major plot twists. And we did a bit of research on this one. This is one of our more unprepared drafts. I mean, we
Yeah.
are pretty prepared. We're
Yeah.
always prepared. I shouldn't have said that.
Here's going to be the problem with the draft.
Okay,
We can't really expound on why it's our pick,
that's true.
or else we'll spoil the movie.
I know.
Which is fine with me. We can just kind of run through
Some
them.
of them, like, people should know.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
There's one pick.
I only have one where people should know.
There's one set pick that like everybody knows,
mm-hmm.
but when I went into it earlier this year watching it, I didn't know the plot twist.
Oh,
So
really?
I'm glad it didn't get spoiled. It's that one right there.
Okay.
So I mean, if that's the one you were talking about,
No, I was talking about a different one.
okay.
Maybe you don't have it on there. So that'll be good for me.
Okay, man. Whatever. Okay.
Okay, so we're going to do 5 films each this time. You going to flip a coin?
I'll flip a coin. Give me your call
Okay,
first.
guess what? I'm going to do tails.
Tails. Idiot, dude. It's not gonna be tails.
It better be, dude.
It's heads, dude. It's been heads
it's
every
been
time.
heads the past 3 freaking times.
Why you keep picking tails then?
Because the probability only goes up every time that it's
No.
heads.
No, it doesn't.
Is that
dude.
not?
It stays
it's
50-50.
50, I know.
They're independent variables.
Whatever, dude.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you okay with that? Or do you want a different
whatever
coin flipping app? Maybe it like goes
Let's
to the
do it
same
one more
URL.
time.
I'll hit
Let's do it one
refresh.
more time, and I'm gonna choose heads just for fun.
You're choosing heads?
Yeah.
Okay. Refresh, flipping. Heads. There you
Okay.
go.
I don't want it though. You won. I just wanted to do a little test there.
Okay. Disclaimer. I had a really long day today. Okay.
Mhm.
I didn't do a whole lot of research. Usually I'll have a letterboxed list pulled up, make my own. This time I've just got some random dude's plot hole letterboxed list, and I'm just
Yeah.
going to pick my favorites off of it.
What's the tally? here
Or not
on the,
plot
on
hole,
the
plot
list?
twist.
I think I've won 3. You've won 2.
Ooh, we'll have to go back at that. I think I've
Yeah.
won 2. You've won
I think
3.
you won the female-led draft
Mhm.
objectively,
Easily, yeah.
not
Sure.
subjectively. I won the Oppenheimer cast
Yeah,
easily because I kind of cheated a little bit,
but we gave it to you.
but
That's
it's
fine.
whatever. It's cool. I don't remember the other ones.
There was Barbie, which would have been
Ryan Gosling, Margot Robbie
Yeah.
movies, which I think I won.
you won for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, we'll have to go back and tally them up. I can't think of the other ones right now.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
We did debut films as well,
Yeah,
which I think I won.
you won. Well, yeah, you won.
Okay,
You won.
so I'm definitely 3. I think you won the other one that we did.
Okay.
It's cool.
3-2. That sounds great.
Or 3-1. I don't know.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
your first pick.
My first
Let's hear
pick
it.
will be Gone Girl.
Okay, that's really good.
David Fincher. There's a plot twist.
There is a plot twist, and it's a midway plot twist, like midway through the movie.
It's honestly so well executed, you know?
Yeah.
That's great.
No, I mean, and like everybody that I've shown that movie to, it's so satisfying because they're always like, "Oh, did so and so do it?" You know, like they're asking me, like, "Oh, so and so really like that?" You know, and then
Yeah, well, it backs you into a corner
yeah,
where you're like totally believe this one thing, and it doesn't give you any other options to believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
I know, it's great. Okay, I'm going to choose. There's one I want to choose that is like, this is tough. Yeah, okay. I'm going to choose Fight Club.
Okay.
Just one of my favorite movies from my favorite director, David Fincher. And it's probably the most famous like plot twist of all time, would you
Yeah.
say?
Yeah, well, maybe like Citizen Kane.
Yeah, and who cares about
But,
that
yeah.
stupid movie?
I just have this complex in my head that Citizen Kane is the best movie ever, but nobody we know has seen it. I haven't seen it.
I've seen it.
You've seen it, but I mean, like nobody our age cares,
Yeah,
and
nobody
it's
cares.
objectively not that great of a movie.
Yeah.
So anyway, it always comes to mind. Sorry.
I don't even remember being like surprised by anything.
Yeah.
Like watching Citizen Kane. So
Yeah.
just kind of a bore. That makes us sound like we don't know anything, but yeah, Fight Club. Just man, just a man's movie. Just
Sure.
really cool. But the attention to detail, I really love. Obviously,
Yeah.
And it's a movie that gets better upon rewatch because after you know the plot twist, you pick up on so many little small details.
Mhm.
So this movie is better the second watch,
Yeah.
and third and fourth or whatever. But yeah, so that's my pick.
Okay, great.
Okay, cool.
Okay, my next pick is gonna be Shutter Island.
Okay,
Okay.
it's pretty good.
Martin Scorsese, Leo DiCaprio, Mark Ruffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Just a great movie. This FBI, they're U.S. Marshals, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, U.S. Marshals go to this island that has an asylum on it to investigate this case, and then everything is not as it seems.
Okay.
Great plot twist.
I really enjoyed that one. I think it's a 4.5 for me. Maybe
Yep, it
5.
is.
I'm not sure.
You've got it rated as a 4.5 right now. I'm at a 5.
Okay, yeah. It's not my favorite Martin Scorsese
Same.
movie. So, okay, I'm gonna take The Blind Side.
It's gonna be.
But
our
this is
honorary
like an
pick
actual like the plot twist isn't in the movie. We actually find out
yeah.
present day 2023 that they actually didn't adopt him.
Find out 15 years later.
Yeah. So
That's great.
very good, right? All right, real pick. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna take Empire Strikes Back.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow, that's an amazing one. I didn't even think of that.
dude. Thank you. And this one I can spoil because,
dude, I don't
unless
know.
you're an idiot and you've been living under a rock, you know that Vader is Luke's father. So everybody was very surprised back in 1980 when this movie came out. But yeah, one of my favorite Star Wars movie,
Okay.
my second favorite, Revenge of the Sith is my favorite.
Sure.
That one maybe qualifies a plot twist. No, not really. Anakin turned to the dark side.
No. I mean, when it's alluded to so heavily for 3 movies,
Yeah.
when it's in,
And it's a prequel, so it's
when it's a prequel, and also like all the promotional stuff showed like little kid Anakin with like a shadow of Darth Vader.
really
Like it was always alluded to in the promotional stuff. I feel like that can't be a plot hole. Like, or
yeah.
a,
I just
plot
think of,
twist.
like,
Jeez.
When I see TikToks of like showing my girlfriend Star Wars for
Yeah.
the first time, and they're like crying when Anakin turns to the dark side and stuff.
Yeah, it's hard.
I wouldn't pick it. I wouldn't qualify it.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
but no, it's a good pick.
Okay.
Thanks.
Good stuff. Did you just tell yourself
Yeah,
it
I
was a
did.
good pick and then say thanks?
It is a good pick. Yeah. Cool.
Thanks. Okay, great. This is my third one, right?
Yeah, you're third.
I don't have a pen to write it down this time. I'm gonna do Get Out. Jordan Peele.
Get Out. Okay. That's pretty good.
Pretty good one.
Not what I would have gone with.
Okay. That's fine, dude. Again, I don't have like a list here. I'm just bouncing between these other lists. So,
How many movies are on that list?
well, I'm bouncing between one that has 129,
Okay.
one that has 50, and another one that has 40.
Okay. All right. Do you want to describe that one? I mean, we have before.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't seen Get Out, go see it.
Yeah, and it's a debut film from Jordan Peele.
Yeah,
The
I think it's best.
yeah, you think so?
Yeah, I like it. I like it more than Us and Nope.
I think I like Us a little bit more.
Really?
I know
You might have to
everybody. I know
revisit-
everybody freaking hates Us.
You might have to revisit it.
Us?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you guys liked it when I showed it to you
Hasn't
the
aged
first
well.
time.
It's not woke enough.
Hasn't?
Yeah.
It's not woken up. Okay.
No, it's fine. It's
Okay.
no, it's great. It's like a 4-star movie for me.
Okay. I'm gonna take American Psycho.
Great.
Were you gonna take that?
Oh, well, I mean, if you hadn't picked it, I thought that was going to be like your second pick. So
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
So yeah, my favorite Christian Bale performance. I love watching this movie with the boys. It's
Yeah.
dude. Like we watched it at somebody's bachelor party.
we were on the way to a concert. We were in
Oh, that's
Colorado.
right. Yeah, we were in Colorado, but we're all together. Such a fun watch.
Yeah.
And people were actually paying attention, and it's just so funny. Like it's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen, and it's like really just it's a entirely satirical,
Right.
and some people take it a little too seriously.
Yeah.
obviously,
On
but
TikTok
it's
and
just-
stuff. all the
Yeah,
Sigma Bros.
it's ridiculous, but they don't see the intentional
Yeah.
comedy to it. So yeah, yeah, it's a great pick as well. So thanks.
Great. Great
I know
job.
you're about to say that.
It's on the tip of my tongue every time. You just beat me to it.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
Okay, your pick.
Okay. This is my fourth.
This is your fourth.
Pretty good at counting.
Austin's training for a triathlon, just so everybody knows.
Yeah.
He's going to go swim and bike and run after this
Yeah.
to practice.
Super exciting.
It is exciting. It's very cool. I want to do one of those one day.
I should have told you earlier. You could have done it with us.
Yeah. I'm doing a half marathon in St. George.
Yeah, so you didn't need any more pressure, dude.
Yeah.
You couldn't have handled it anyway.
I'm just so busy.
That pressure. Oh, this one's good. I'm going to do Don't Worry, Darling. I'll do, I feel like I've had this on every list of mine, but Arrival. One of my favorite movies.
Yeah. Arrival. I figured you'd pick that. I didn't even put that on my list here because I just knew you would take it.
Yeah. I mean, I've talked about this movie ad nauseum on this podcast. I don't think I need to say anything else
You
about it. Yeah. Sorry, dude.
Just kidding.
You know what
No,
ad
it's a great
nauseum
movie.
means in Latin?
Huh?
You know what ad nauseum means in Latin?
No.
To induce vomiting. So that means
So the
I've
same
talked about it
thing.
so much it makes you sick.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, dude, I'm not. I love it. I love every time you bring it up.
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna take. I don't want this to be so like have such a tone. You know what I mean? My list. I'm gonna, but I have to take it now.
Okay.
I'm gonna take 7.
7.
Yep.
Man, big
My-
Fincher guy over there.
Maybe my. Well, you have a Fincher film
Yeah, I
too.
know. I know. Hey, great pick.
Fincher
Before
might
you
be
get to
Fincher
it.
might be the best at the plot
Oh,
twist.
seriously. Even I haven't seen it, but Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, that's a plot twist movie, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
So
Oh, I might need to check that. I need to take that movie. Dang. Yeah. So 7, just fantastic. Brad Pitt, young Brad Pitt performance paired up with Morgan Freeman, a Kevin Spacey before the Me Too movement.
yeah.
So maybe that aspect hasn't aged too well, but great performances all around. Great plot twist, but that you never even like know exactly what happens. I mean, you know, but it's never spoken.
Yeah.
You know, the plot twist. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Yeah. So everybody knows that line. It's from 7. Go watch it.
Yeah.
So
Great pick.
okay, thank you.
Great pick.
It is a great pick.
I want
yeah.
you to hear that from me.
Okay, cool. I thought you've been saying that.
Yeah, I've been saying
To
that every
everyone.
time.
Okay.
Okay. My 5th and final pick is going to be Prisoners.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
That one slipped my mind. But I always pick Prisoners.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, Prisoners is so good. I watch that
fantastic.
literally like every half year.
I need to rewatch it. I haven't seen it since you showed it to me.
Really?
It's been like 2 years,
Oh,
3 years
dude.
maybe.
Yeah, you gotta watch that again.
Should we watch it sometime soon together? Maybe.
Man, maybe. Kind of
Maybe
busy.
not. Yeah.
Just kidding. No, I'd love to. Okay, my 5th and final pick. This hurts me because I want 2 films. So can we do 6?
Sure.
Just
Do
to humor
6.
me?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
That's all we do on this podcast is
I'm
humor you.
gonna take Chinatown.
Okay, great.
Thank you. Chinatown, a demoralizing plot twist, like crushes you at the end. And yeah, it just like there's no reason for it, and it makes you sad and it makes you angry that it that it ends the way it does, but it's effective, you know. It
Yeah.
makes you feel things. And that's what you want from a movie. You just want to feel things. That's why Austin and I love movies. So
Make us feel, man.
a fantastic Jack Nicholson performance. He turned down being in The Godfather Part 2, I think, to be in Chinatown. And he has no regrets.
Yeah.
He thinks somebody asked him, like, do you regret like not being in The Godfather Part 2? And he's like, well, listen, I think Chinatown is a fantastic film, actually.
Wow, great impression.
You think so?
I didn't know you were sitting on that.
I didn't even never even tried a Jack
Wow.
Nicholson impression. But yeah, I guess I do have it in me.
Man, if you don't know what Jack sounds like, it's in our intro.
What
Dude.
is it? Oh yeah, the from
I
the
don't
Departed.
want to be
yeah.
a product of my
Spencer
environment.
cut that where you don't even get the second part of the quote. I want my environment to be a product of me. Yeah,
Yeah.
that wasn't as good, but
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
yeah.
Okay,
Okay, cool.
good stuff. I'm kind of torn on my 6th pick because I wasn't really ready for it. I'm super ready now, though.
I can give you suggestions.
I don't want them.
I'm just kidding.
Let's go with Interstellar. I'm not sure if that counts because it's like a time thing. I guess it is. Yeah,
It is a
because you're
plot
led to believe
twist.
one thing. So yeah, I'll do
Yeah.
Interstellar.
Okay. Get some Nolan on there.
Yep. You also could have done The Prestige
I could
for some Nolan.
That's not the last.
Not,
one I
no,
wanna
I'm not
pick,
saying
though.
you. One of us could have done The Prestige.
Yeah,
If
it's
we
on my
went
list here as a potential, but I didn't. Doesn't speak to me.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Interstellar, great film. Okay, my last pick. I'm gonna take the 1968 Planet of the Apes movie.
Wow. One of the best ever.
It is like you look at lists.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
like
number
Watch
one.
Mojo, whatever, like any internet list. You look at the number one plot twist of all time. It's Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Gosh
damn it, all the hell. They blew it up.
Just a great dude. I'm so obsessed with ape movies right now. I like finished. I was so giddy. Like I watched 2 in a day of the old ones. And I was just smiling like the whole time. Just like I still have like 2 more to watch.
Nice.
You know? And it's like they're just so good. Just the costumes and I don't know. Dude, what's more interesting than apes and
Nothing.
human dynamic?
Absolutely nothing.
You know? Yeah.
I'll have to. I'm so close to finishing my 2023 watch list. I'm in a prison right now. I need to finish these last 3 films.
Mm-hmm. Or
And
the
then-
last 3, do you know?
So I actually wanted to consult you about them.
Okay.
See if I can maybe take a few of them off in favor of other films.
Mhm.
I'm not opposed to that. So there's 4. Girl with the
Okay.
Dragon Tattoo, which I'm certainly going to watch.
Yes, please.
Magnolia,
Yes.
Schindler's List.
I haven't seen that.
Really?
Yeah.
We should
We're
watch that
saving
together.
that one.
Okay, cool. And then Apocalypse Now. But Apocalypse Now, similar to Oldboy, you can't rent it anywhere. You can't pay to watch it anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That one, I mean, it's really long. It's kind of boring.
Yeah.
A little bit, you know, but
Right.
it is like an essential watch type thing, but not too entertaining.
okay. Well,
You
maybe
could maybe save that one, but I'd recommend Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
maybe
And-
I'll watch Girl and then save the other 3 for later and start watching other stuff.
Yeah.
Because
Magnolia is really good too.
but there's movies I want to see more.
You
but
need
I'm
to
like,
watch PTA more of those. You know, Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen a good chunk of his. Huh?
No, you have, yeah.
The Master. Anyway, yeah. So I'll finish those and then I'll watch all the ape movies
Okay.
again.
Magnolia, I think that's my 3rd favorite Paul Thomas Anderson movie.
After Boogie Nights and
There Will Be Blood.
There Will Be Blood.
Yeah.
Cool.
Perfect. I'll read these off. My list: Fight Club, Empire Strikes Back, American Psycho, 7, Chinatown, and Planet of the Apes.
Great list.
Austin's list is Gone Girl, Shutter Island, Get Out, Arrival, Prisoners, and Interstellar.
Hate to say it. I think you won again.
Yeah, I think I beat you.
Dang. Okay, 4-2.
4-2.
We're going to end this podcast when we get to 11.
First
one
one
to
to
11.
11. Yeah. First one to 100. Okay, cool. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for fixating on film with us, you fixators, and good night.